You are watching Chomp on This. Okay, well, I can see me, I can hear me, so I am pretty sure we're good to go. Okay, you guys, today I want to show you how to make sweet potato pie donuts, and we're going to top them with a sugar glaze. I was going to do brown sugar, but actually the sugar glaze tasted better. So I want to do the sugar glaze and then show you guys how you can just add different spices or different extracts to it. And then we're going to top it off with some mini marshmallows and some of these Planters pumpkin spiced almonds. Shout out to Planters. They sent me a couple boxes of these almonds and we're like, Kimlai, can you use them for things? And so I'm like, okay, of course. So I topped salads with them. We're gonna top the donuts with them today. I've been putting them in little bowls when people come over so you just snack on them. Almonds, amazing. Okay, so you guys, the first thing that we will need to do is get the stove on, not the stove, we want to turn the oven on to 350 degrees. So let's go ahead and preheat the oven. Now the glaze, we're going to heat it up. We're actually going to dissolve the powdered sugar in the milk mixture, so I need it to cool down a bit before we put it on top of the donuts, which also need to be cooled down. So I think what I'll do is we're going to start the glaze first, so it can just kind of sit while we make everything else. So let's get our pot. Let's go ahead and get our pot on. I'm going to turn it to medium. And in this, where's the powdered sugar? Oh, okay. I need to add a half a cup of powdered sugar. And then we're going to do 2 or 3 tablespoons of milk, okay? Now what you're doing with this is you're wanting it to completely dissolve, and it doesn't take long to dissolve at all. This is like such a simple glaze to make. Glazes in general are pretty simple to make. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I love donuts, and they make me happy. Like, you look at them, and they're always so cute, and they're so pretty, and they're so colorful, and they're so fluffy, and they're so warm. I remember when I was little, my dad and I, well, our whole family, but we went to church every Sunday, and every Sunday I knew that I was going to get donuts after church. And so I always kind of looked forward to it. I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of coconut milk. I always look forward to it. And it's like, get to a church, we go into the parish center, and it's like you could just smell, I don't even know where these donuts were from. I mean, I'm sure they were like from Albertsons or something, but they smelled so good. Ugh, so warm and fresh. So I do have fond memory of eating donuts, and I like bringing donuts to places. They always make people happy, you know? We had a meeting the other night here at my condo association, and I went and got 3 dozen yum donuts. I love that. And the dude was like, you know, how do you want me to pack these up? And I'm like, you know what? I want you to find the ones with the most nuts, the most colors, and the most sprinkles. And I want you to do that for every single box. And it makes people happy. People open up and they're like, oh. Yeah, see? Okay. You can also sift the powdered sugar. You guys, if you don't, this isn't going to be clumpy because a lot of times I'll sift it before I'm getting ready to use it. You can sift it before you put it in, and that is going to eliminate the clumps, it's going to make it smooth so you don't have any of the clumps when you're making the glaze. Nobody wants the big chunks. You know, like sometimes I've seen it like when people bake some things and it's like either the baking powder or the baking soda and they didn't blend it well. And so like when you take a bite of that pastry or that baked good, there's like the little round balls of the baking powder or the baking soda. It's like, ooh, I mean, obviously it wasn't blended well. So you want to eliminate that when you're making the glaze. So what you're gonna do is just run it through a sifter before you stick it into the pan to mix it with the milk. All right, so I just want this, I need it to come to a boil real quick, and then I'm gonna turn it down and just eat it. I'm so glad it's Friday, you guys. Hi! Thumbs up, thumbs up. I love it when things fly on the screen. Love it. Ooh, there should be those hand hearts like that. Well, I know there's hearts, but like hand hearts, like people's hands. Like that. Okay, so I did not get enough coffee this morning. And wait, if it has the opposite effect, I did drink, well, I already had a pot of coffee, but I didn't have milk in my coffee, so I didn't really get to enjoy it as much as I wanted to. And now I'm drinking my my green shake that I make. That's not a shake, it's green juice that I make every morning. Remember these cute little jars, you guys? Bam! Fresh, farm fresh. Hi, Randy. Oh my gosh, you know what? You can either come over and grab some, or I will drop some off. I am actually I've got to go down to the studio at 1:30, and I'll be there till like 7. I am more than happy to drop some of these off. I love having friends that live so close by, you guys. Randy and James literally live a mile away. All right, so you guys see this comes to a boil. It just looks like foam. I'm gonna turn it all the way down because now I just want it to cool. I've combined the sugar and the, I was gonna say salt, the sugar and the milk, and I use coconut milk. It just gives it a little bit of a different, just a little hint of coconut. But I'm actually gonna take this off. These little, what do you call these things? Tabletop burners work really, really well. All right, let me just get a pot holder. I'm gonna let this sit so it stops cooking. Okay. All right, so the glaze is ready to go. When it cools down, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, no, now I'm gonna add a little bit of allspice, but I'm gonna add the vanilla when it completely cools off. Now, I told you guys, these are sweet potato. I know we're starting backwards. I always get myself confused when we start backwards too. But we're gonna add the vanilla in a little bit too once it cools down. I'm just gonna add a tad of the allspice. Remember, these are sweet potato pie donuts. So for people that don't necessarily like sweet potato pie, like myself, I love the donuts. It's flour, I mean, hello. And it doesn't have as strong a taste, even though I'm using a lot of sweet potatoes. But you still want all the flavor elements that are in sweet potato pie in these donuts. I'm gonna add about a ½ teaspoon. Now you do wanna add any of the, like, what did I just add in here? Okay, you do wanna add, yes, it is. I didn't have pumpkin pie spice, so I just used the allspice instead. And it has a little, I put some nutmeg. I kind of mixed a bunch of things in with it. So again, flavor, whatever you would put in sweet potato pie, stick it in the glaze. All right, but you always want to put it in when it's hot because you want it to dissolve as well. Wow, we're spending a lot of time on this glaze. Okay, I'm done with the glaze. I need to let it sit. Then we'll add the vanilla. Okay, let's get going with making the base for the sweet potato donuts. Okay. Wow. Hello, everybody. I'm so glad you guys are here in my house on a Friday morning. Okay. So for this mix, now dry ingredients, wet ingredients. Now remember, we're going to do dry ingredients in one container, and then we're going to do the wet ingredients in another container because you need everything to blend well before you combine, all right? So let's start with, for our dry ingredients, we're going to do 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm trying to think which one will be the easiest to blend. I'm going to put this one in here. 2 cups of flour. I'm using a ½ cup. I didn't know if my full cup would fit in here. Oh, the oven is preheated. Okay, a little bit more. 2 cups of flour. Right. Clean that here. And then I need 1½ teaspoons of baking powder. we're gonna use baking powder and baking soda. So what did I say? 1.5 teaspoons of the baking powder. Oh my gosh, it was still, did you guys see that? It was, well, how would you see that? It was water. Okay. 1.5 teaspoons baking powder, and then I need 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. Now, you guys, I found this out. Well, I have a little list in my pantry, and it lists all the spices that I have, the date I bought them, and their expiration date, because nothing is worse than like using spices that aren't really potent anymore. And so, believe it or not, baking soda and baking powder also go bad. So if you want 6 to 9 months generally for both. But if you're just not sure, so check this out. If you're not sure and you want to know if the baking soda is still active, you take 2 teaspoons of vinegar to 1/4 cup of baking soda, and if it fizzes up, it's good. And now for the baking powder, you take 1/2 teaspoon into a cup of hot water. And if it fizzes, it's still fresh. So use those as your guides to checking out if your baking soda or baking powder is still fresh. All right, now we need 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I don't know why I just did that. Okay, 1/2 teaspoon. Oh, and wait, okay, hold on, one thought at a time. Salt. How are you doing, Lisa? How are you doing, Randy? You guys still good? Are you having a Friday fun day? You know what that is? That's me raising the roof. My kitchen roof. Okay, so we've got, this is our dry ingredients. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put in the wet ingredients in their own bowl. So with the wet ingredients, I am using 2 eggs. Now you guys, all my wet ingredients are at room temperature. Now listen, especially when you're baking, you want to have your dairy, like your milk and your butter and your eggs at room temperature. It just allows everything to mix really well together. So if a recipe calls for room temperature, there's a reason. Do it at room temperature. So these, I don't know, you just need to let them sit out for like 30 to 45 minutes. It just brings them to the temperature of the room. Okay. Oh, and you know what else? I heard that someone was, okay, wait, hold on. 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. Someone else was telling me that they freeze their flour. And it's like, oh, well, I guess I don't keep flour long enough that I need to freeze it. But, so I found out that when something, even the flour needs to be at room temperature, and frozen flour is clearly not at room temperature. Okay, 1.5 teaspoons. What is in here? I washed these and they're filled with water. Okay. Oh, this one had baking soda in. Oh, okay. 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. Vanilla smells so good. Okay, so baking flour, the flour. If you do put it in the freezer, my friend said she likes to take it out and let it sit for a few hours to bring it to room temperature. I didn't even know you could freeze flour, so I wish I had a thing like a light bulb right now. Boom, boom, like one of those things. Okay, now I need 2 tablespoons of milk. Oh, how's that? My glaze, looking good, looking good. 2 tablespoons of milk. Again, I'm using coconut milk. You can use whatever milk you have in the refrigerator. Okay, so we have, I'm gonna throw in a little bit of cinnamon, because that's what you would put into sweet potato pie, yeah? A little bit of cinnamon. So I got my eggs, I got my cinnamon, I got my vanilla. I'm gonna throw in some nutmeg. Spicy, really spicy. And then a 1/4 cup of room temperature butter. Now you guys, 1/4 cup is about 4 tablespoons. Where's my knife? 4 tablespoons. And thank goodness, whoever like made butter wrappers, they put the little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you know one of these is 8 tablespoons. 2 1/4 cups. I love it. I'm just gonna slice it right down the middle. Ooh, my butter's so soft. Ugh. Soft butter. Did you drink? No, I don't. I know. It's so, I'm telling you, I just said earlier I didn't have enough coffee because I'm feeling a little. Oh my gosh, I don't know if y'all know, but like coffee has an opposite, like some people it makes them super, super hyper, and some people it has the opposite effect. So like I can drink a pot of coffee before I go to bed and go straight to sleep. And again, I mean, I had coffee this morning, but I didn't have my milk, and I only will drink milk with no sugar, and so I didn't have it. So I had to drink black coffee, and it's not the same. All right. Also, you guys, when you're using the room temperature butter, like I said before, it just allows everything to blend. And you know what? Try it. Use really, really cold eggs and really, really cold butter and see the difference. Just give it a shot. See how different it is when difference? See how different. Am I drinking? Seriously, Lisa? It's almost noon. Just kidding. Thank God. I'm serious. Like that, my mom can't figure out how to watch these shows because she literally, she's gonna think I have like a major drinking problem. Okay. Just gonna give these Breville mixer. I'm whipping up my dry ingredients, just blending them together. I'm gonna set them aside. Now I'm gonna mix the wet ingredients. Oh man, I think I should have put the wet in there. Okay, so you guys, I was making this last night. I was just testing it out because I wanted to see if there were what other things. I wanted to add some more stuff to it, so I needed to make sure that it turned out well. And I think I had the ingredients in different bowls, and I started doing my whisking, and this went everywhere. I was like, whoo! And it's one of those things where you're like watching everything, but you're still like, I couldn't let go of the arm button, and so things were just flying around. Ugh. Okay. Get this all mixed in, and now I'm gonna add in slowly my dry ingredients. And it is I'm gonna turn this down really low. You can use a spoon for this as well. You can use your hands. We're making a dough. This is gonna make a dough. Do this kind of fast. A little bit of flour at a time. Again, you don't want little chunks of any of this white stuff when people take a bite. You want everything to be blended really well together. Woo! Okay, oh, watch. This happened last night too. It just started spinning. Did I tell you guys I'm so glad it's Friday, even though I'm working all weekend? I still love that it's Friday. Okay, the rest of it. All right. Woo, 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 woo. Okay. Ooh, that's what happened last night. Oh, did it again. Okay, now you guys, I need to put in the sweet potatoes. And I have a little bowl here filled with flour because anytime you are working with dough, you want to make sure to have flour at your disposal because the dough is super, super sticky. All right, you guys, I want to show you this. Where's my little mouse? I want to show you this. Now, this morning, what happened to your KitchenAid mixer? It's in the closet. I'm not making a whole lot, so I'm using my Breville all-in-one mixer. It is fabulous. Breville. That was my little sponsored clip. You guys, this morning I steamed up some sweet potato. Now, I always steam it with the skin on, and this is my little steamer. I take a huge pan, and then my little metal steamer, and I just steam it up for about 40 minutes. And now I do it with the skin on, you guys, because it's easier to take the skin off after it's been steamed. So, look at this. Look how simple. Wait, can you see that? Look at how simple. Look at how beautiful. Wow, right, Lisa? You're like, hello. You're always going to be learning stuff here. Okay, so I need about 1 cup. And you know, Randy Okay, so I was at Randy's house the other day, and he was telling me, look at Kimlai, I'm starting to feed my dog pumpkin. And it's like, sweet potato is also fabulous. Asia gets about a half a cup of this every single day. And you guys, you know this sweet potato, it's loaded, look how fibrous. Mmm. You know sweet potato is like completely loaded with fiber, and we all need our fiber, right? And it has a ton of different vitamins, and it has a lot of potassium, and it has a lot of beta carotene, and apparently it gets mixed up with yams a lot. So I have been researching sweet potatoes and yams like forever. I'm always doing a little Google search, like what's the difference? And so many times people say they're very similar, which I'm not sure how that is, since these are red and the sweet potatoes are orange, not red. Why did I say red? They're orange in color, and the yams are white. So I don't know. And if anyone has the answer to that, holla. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, dirty fingers. All right, I'm gonna wipe off a minute. Okay. Let's get that done. Okay, so we have our butter, we have our sweet potatoes, we have the 2 tablespoons of milk, we have the vanilla, we have the nutmeg, the cinnamon, and then we have our 2 eggs. I would like to do this by spoon, because you guys, when you use this, it's great to do it at the very beginning, but it's your dough starts to get all globbed up, and it's very difficult. Okay, wooden spoon. First, I'm going to put flour in my wooden spoon, and I'm just going to mix this up. And mix it up really good. And combine all of this. Again, you guys, it's very doughy. I kind of like doing it by hand too. Last night when I added this in the sweet potato, it had little chunks of sweet potato. And I liked that. I liked being able to cut the donut half, and there were still little chunks of sweet potato. So much fun, you guys, baking and cooking. Oh, and okay, here's another thing. I'm not adding sugar to the donut mixture because the glaze is so sweet. But if you have a sugar tube, you can always add some brown sugar or some regular sugar, a cup, half a cup, whatever your sweet tooth desires. Okay. Wow, wow, wow. Right? All right. So we're done with this one. I want to show you guys. Look at how pretty. Oh, look at how pretty that is. All right, I need to get the donut pan, and then we're gonna put this in a piping bag. Yeah. Donut pan. Let's get our sweet potatoes out of here. I wanna keep the powdered sugar. Our butter is done. Or not powdered sugar, this is flour. What is this one for? Oh, that's going to be for my planters. You nuts, you can't even see that. Okay, I need some space. I'm going to be able to show you guys. Now, just want to wipe this up really quickly. Is it raining out here in LA? I can't even tell. I know it was super windy earlier, but I couldn't tell if it was raining. We love rainy days. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Okay. Towel is a goodie. Now, you want to take your donut pan. This is just a Wilton pan. There's lots of different brands of donut pans. I got this one on Amazon. Yeah, I love making donuts. Look at you guys, when you're not doing like a sweet potato donut, you can also, here's one, a donut mix that I made. This was a few months ago, but it has like a chocolate topping with sprinkles. And, oh, okay, let me show you guys this really quick. Look, Do you see this? Almond spark, okay? It comes in chocolate, it comes in vanilla. You guys, this is great for topping things. They're cubes. So you just break this big, thick chocolate, little cubes, put them into a bowl, stick them in the microwave, and melt it. And you can drizzle this on your donuts, you can drizzle it on pretzels, Twinkies, what are those little marshmallows? Those little marshmallow peaks. I mean, and it hardens. It's yummy. It's a coating. So I always have, really, Lisa, pizza? That's gross. I always have pounds of that stuff because you never know, and it's the most simple dessert to whip up. Okay, I need to spray. Hi, everybody. We're gonna go ahead and spray. You wanna spray your holes very generously. Okay, I'm using a canola spray. I don't want anything to stick. I need this stuff to slide right out. Oh my God, that was so funny. Okay. Okay, now, where's my Ziploc bag? Oh my God, that spray is up in my nose. Okay, so you guys, we've preheated the oven to 350. You're gonna take a Ziploc bag, just like this. It's just a gallon-sized Ziploc bag, all right? Trust me, this is gonna make putting the dough in these holes easier. Oh, God. Little olive oil. I want to grease my spatula. Wow. Just going to grease it with my little olive oil, my spray bottles. Now, I don't want the dough to stick completely to my spatula. Now I'm going to just take the dough out of... Oh, God, you guys, this dough is so pretty. I'm going to take this out, and we're going to put it in the bag. Like this. All right, fill it up. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah. Get it all out. All right. Use the bag to just wipe the spatula. Look, you don't even have to get your hands dirty. Oh, look at that. This is where your little bowl of flour is going to come in handy. Let me just move some things here. Now, oh, I need a pair of scissors. Scissors. Oh, I don't know what just happened. Get some scissors real quick, you guys. All right, here's your bag. I'm just gonna push the mixture. Like, look at, if you have piping bags, you can also use your piping bag. So we're gonna use a Ziploc bag. And, well, now I wonder where I put those scissors. Okay, then now you're just gonna see the nip, what do you call that? I'm trying to put it against my red so you can see it. Oh, it's not like a makeup tutorial. I don't know why I just used my hand. The little tip here, the nip, what? You're gonna take the tip and you're just gonna cut it off like that. Scissors, I'm not Betty sharp. All right, you guys. Now you're gonna fill all the way up. There's no halfway. You're gonna fill it all the way up. Oh, gotta get my fingers ready with some flour. All right, ready? Here we go. Squeeze the dough, a little thick. So you have to squeeze, and okay, pinch it off. Here's where flour fingers comes in. You want to go ahead and mold it into your little donut mold shape. So you want to spread it out. Okay? You guys can, oh yeah, see that? Okay, we're gonna do another one. Yep, pinch it. Well, let's go in after. We'll just go ahead and fill them up now, but we'll go in after. Oh, look how pretty! Oh, it just makes me so happy. Okay. pinch it. Oh. Bam. So, look at donuts. All right. Now I'm just gonna go through with my powdered fingers and just push them in, spread them out a bit. Now it doesn't matter that there's flour on top because you guys, once these come out, you're gonna turn them over and you're gonna use the bottom sides. So this part right here is actually gonna go on the bottom. Yeah. And this recipe makes about 8. There's another pan that has 6 donut holes as well. Donut, what do you call these? Shapes. And it's a little bit bigger. So this mixture would fit those 6 large donuts, but these are just standard donuts. And it's gonna make 8. All right. We're done with that. We are done with this business. Boom. Okay. These are gonna go in the oven, you guys, for about 15 minutes at 350. Popping them into the oven. See that? Fresh baked sweet potato pie donuts in 15 minutes. All right, now it's been 15 minutes, and no, I'm just kidding. Okay, so once the donuts are done, you're gonna take them out of the oven and you're gonna let them sit in the pan for about 5 minutes. Now obviously it's gonna continue to cook a little bit because the pan is still hot. So you're gonna let them sit for about 5 minutes and then you're going to take them out like this and put them on a cooling rack. These have to be cooled completely, you guys, before we put the glaze on. So, if the donut was still hot, the glaze would just run off. So these are already cooled. And you remember how I just said that the donuts, we're going to put them, they're actually going to be, I have flour everywhere. The donuts are actually going to be upside down. So look, here's what they look like at the top of the pan. And then here's how pretty they are on the bottom. See, so you're going to turn them upside down. Turn them upside down. So even though we're using the glaze is going to cover up, the glaze isn't going to cover an ugly donut. So you still want to use the back side. All right. Let the donut sit there for a second. My flour is done. We'll make more there. I want to go ahead and show you guys the toppings for the donuts. Now, I'm going to get the toppings ready now because once you put the glaze on, it does dry pretty quickly. So it's only going to be sticky on the top for a short amount of time, and we need that stickiness for the toppings to stay on top of the donut, right? Okay. Everybody still good? How's everyone doing? How is it? Make it rain with something. Let me know you guys are all still good. Well, I'm sure you're good. You're in it. Yay, it's raining. It's raining men. Wait, is that how that song goes? Hallelujah. Whatever. Okay. I don't know why I keep doing this clap. So weird. I have all these little weird things. I'm so glad you're still here, Lisa. All right, now I need a cutting board. We're gonna top these off with what goes in sweet potato pie? Marshmallows. Now, I always have a lot of marshmallows. I don't necessarily have any of the teeny weeny small marshmallows. You know those little packets of hot cocoa? And they have some of them, like 3 or 4, like little teeny, they're like, well, you can't see that. Okay, well, they're like super small, like a juju fruit. Half the size of a juju fruit. And I don't know where those marshmallows are. And I always have so many regular size marshmallows that it's just easier to cut up the marshmallows And it doesn't take a long time at all. So, this is gonna be my marshmallow bowl. So I'm just gonna cut them in half. Look at how easy they are to cut up, you guys. And then I'm just gonna make little pieces out of them. Okay, well they're a little, you know, ooey gooey, but this is the piece. This is, I'm using my red shirt as a background so you guys can see how small these are. Little teeny droplets of marshmallows is what I want. Okay. This, like that. It's like, what is that other song? Wow, I just got so much music in my head today. All right. Oh. Okay. Enough marshmallows. Now I am slicing these like I would slice fruit. This is funny. Again, a sharp knife always helps. It also helps when you leave the donuts out for the marshmallows. Leave the marshmallows out for a little bit. Not a long time, not for them to get stale, but it does help when you just let them air out a bit. Makes them a little hard, but again, not stale. Okay. All right, I think that's enough, at least to show you guys how to decorate. Now, so there's my marshmallows. Now, you guys, I'm gonna take these pumpkin spiced almonds from Planters. I'm gonna use I've had this forever, like forever. I think it's one of the first things I bought when I was younger. Do you guys, okay, what am I gonna say? And it's a food chopper, and I've always wanted one. And so, well, I bought one, and I obviously still have it, and it looks old. Like it's that white, it was white at one time, but now it's turned like a creamy color. Pampered Chef. I was so into Pampered Chef. Okay, so I'm just gonna take the almonds, I'm gonna put them into the bottom of the food chopper. Now this blade rotates, every time you hit it, it's one rotation. Two rotation. It goes around 7 times. I guess that would make sense. If you hit 7 times, it's gonna go in 7 different directions. Wow, good thing I'm not selling food choppers. Okay, you chop it to as fine as you want. The peanuts to bake. Okay, see that? Okay, got them all chopped up. Chopped up nuts. This is our chopped nuts. Planters chopped nuts. Okay, now let's start glazing the donuts. I think we're ready, right? Lord. Okay, now to glaze, you guys. I want to I'm getting a baking sheet because we're gonna do this. It's gonna be like an assembly line. So we're gonna take a donut and we're gonna put it. Oh, you can add vanilla to this now. I don't know if I want to add vanilla. I think I'm gonna. Oh, ooh. Okay, is that allspice? Wow, I like it. I like it a lot. I'm just gonna leave it. I don't want vanilla in this one. You can add vanilla. You can add lemon zest. You could add banana extract. You could add any kind of extract, you guys, and give it a different flavor. But again, these are sweet potato pie donuts. Now remember, these are baked, also not fried, which, hello, that's amazing. All right, so remember the glaze has cooled down a bit. So I'm just gonna dump the donuts in. I should have made a little more glaze. So I need to tilt my pan a bit to get the top. Oh, do you see that? Baked, yes, baked definitely is a little bit healthier. All right, do you see the glaze on the top? All right, now, get your peanuts, go and put them on. The glaze will harden up a bit, okay? So you're gonna do it fast, And these, I'm just gonna place on like that. Oh, I like 3. That's a little much, no? Oh, God, these are great. All right, I'm gonna do another one. Oh, the next one I'll show you before and then the after. Okay, so this, that, peanuts, well, pumpkin spiced almonds. Oh, these are so cute, you guys. I love at how upscale donuts have gotten. I mean, okay, I don't know if I necessarily like that they've gotten so big. Like some you have to eat with a fork and a knife. It's like, whoa, that's, you know, donuts. It's like you should be able to pick them up. I mean, it's like street food turned to, it's like, what's that show with Julia Roberts when she was a hooker in that show? Pretty. What is that show called? Please say, do you remember that show? Her and Richard Gere. Pretty Woman. Thank you. And it's like donuts, they're just like that. It's like they went from, cute little street food donuts to very extravagant donuts. Do you like my analogies? I wanted to show you this first. We'll do the next one. Okay. Now, drizzling. Ooh, you guys, you can also drizzle this over the donuts, but frankly, I think that wastes it does waste a lot of the glaze. So I don't necessarily want to do that. And I'm making such a small amount that it's not difficult to, just do it by hand. All right, I want to show you guys the donut. We'll do one more. All right, now remember, look at, looks like not very pretty on the bottom, but this is actually the top when you're baking. Boom, bottoms up. Looks good. All right, so look, it's just dough. Okay, we're gonna put it in the glaze. So there's a lot of sugar, obviously. It's all powdered sugar in the glaze, and so it makes it super sweet. So you don't necessarily need a lot of sugar in the donut itself, the donut mix. All right, ready? Look. So pretty glazed. All right, now, let's top the last donut. Okay, so you guys, what's gonna happen here is you're gonna let these dry for a little bit. Let the glaze is gonna harden up a little, and it's gonna turn to a little bit of a frosty color. So right now it's clear, but it will turn to a little bit of a frosty color. And they're ready to go. You can eat them now even. You don't have to wait. But I wanna plate these for you guys real quick so you can see how pretty these are. Wow, I need a much bigger workspace. All right. Okay. Can you guys see this? So pretty. And then you can just put it on a plate like this. I'm going to use some of that as a glue and stick it on here. Put it on a nice serving plate. Oh my gosh, you guys. I will take a picture and upload it in about 10 minutes with this final product. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, wow. Clean out that plate. And look at this. You guys, yummy, yummy. Ooh, sweet potato pie donuts. Baked, not fried. I love it. Okay, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on a Friday morning in my kitchen. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, and by doing that, you get notifications every time I have shows coming up. And so right now we're doing shows every Tuesday and Friday at 11:30. So tune in. You can ask questions while you're watching. This is a live stream. And I hope all of you have an amazing, amazing weekend. Thank you. Ciao. Bye.